In a not-so-secret location, a team was being assembled. The specialist.
Good morning.
The typical teenager. The history buff. The dancer. And the sneaky one. Their mission? To make a film. The Manchester-based charity Disabled Living is celebrating its 120th anniversary. As part of a series of events to mark this, we brought together a group of young people with disabilities with the aim of learning new skills, making new friends, and to make a short film. This film has been an opportunity for us all to learn about the charity, to explore its histories, imagine its futures, and for the young people through this to reflect upon their own lives. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from them.
We learned filmmaking skills.
How you focus on the camera.
Sound rolling.
Sound rolling.
Action.
And call the shots.
Record sound and interview people.
Ask questions.
And tell our stories.
As part of their research, the young people interviewed 2 key guests. As well as polishing their interviewing and technical skills, they had the chance to compare their own experiences with those of an entirely different generation. The full recordings are available in Disabled Living's archive, but let's show you a snapshot of what the young people discovered during their interviews.
My name's Alan Norton. I'm now grand age of 71, and when I was 3 I had polio.
My name's Phil Downs.
What football teams do you support?
Just one team,
What's that?
Manchester United.
It's a good team, that.
What were you like as a teenager?
A rebel. As a teenager, I was in hospital a lot of time in my life, so by that time I was 5, I knew every card game there was. Used to gamble with chocolate biscuits.
Lived in Timpley on a council estate. Schools were okay, but generally I didn't go on with school.
Teachers need to get taught properly about people with disabilities.
You know, I wasn't allowed to go to a normal school because I might get knocked down with the other children and things like that.
But school really didn't interest me until I was much, much older, really.
After I got ill and had disabilities, I never went back to school. I only had 1 year of college.
Yeah, when I went into hospital, it wasn't the education there. The education was a guy coming round and getting you into groups and reading your articles, parts of Hornblower and stories.
How did I get my education? How did I speak English fluently is because of YouTube.
It wasn't when I got home and my parents got hold of me that I started to get education. So I went to night school 4 nights a week and tried to drag myself up to get a qualification. It took me a little while.
I want to go into college first and then work after that.
It was difficult getting a job, and I remember distinctly I'd had 6 interviews in 1 week, and I got to the final interview in the week, and halfway through, I just said, well, look, I'm going to finish the interview now because I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm sure if I paid you to work for you, you wouldn't give me a chance. So they said, can you wait outside a few minutes? And then they brought me and said, look, because obviously you've got determination and like your spirit, we're going to take you on temporary basis for 7 months. And that 7 months turned into 7 years. Then it was made permanently, and eventually I managed to climb my way up to a very senior job in the organisation.
What were jobs like for you?
Well, difficult to get for the first 15 years or so, before the technology developed. And eventually got the job that you would quite like to have, as disability liaison officer at Old Trafford. It was the first one of its type in the world, and then we developed a national one in the mid-90s. We were breaking new ground, so it was news all the time. We have a dedicated lounge for disabled fans. We had accessible transport to away games. We had enough money to book our own chartered aircraft to go to Barcelona in '99. We did the same to Rome, the same to Moscow, and so on. So it's been fabulous for us because we are part of the world's most famous club.
Yeah, I do, I'm working on a new invention at the moment because my back's twisted when I'm sat in the chair. So there's no cushion out there, you can alter the angle of it to straighten you up. So I'm working with some OTs to have fit like on the tripod of the camera where you can angle it, right? And I'm in the process of designing, that's my latest invention, but ironing boards that pull out of drawers, all kinds of things, where anything that, labour saving and enables you to do things. It's a challenge living on your own independently, but you find a will and a way, you get there in the end.
Imagination, innovation and invention have certainly been a theme both for disabled living and the young people of this film. Here, they give us their take on a timely invention.
We need to do something.
You need to invent something.
What? Like out?
Maybe.
You know what, guys? We should invent something.
What about Halo?
You played it last night.
Chris?
You're reaching them now.
Machines?
What kind of machines?
Time machine.
Sometime later.
What are we doing?
We're making a time machine.
A time machine?
This is a time machine. What the hell?
What?
What did you get?
He was there a minute ago.
My future could be I want to get married with a girl and I want to know, and if she's got like Down syndrome and special needs, I'm kind of guy who can do anything for the girl. I want to be a proper father because I'm a fun person. My name is Alan Benjamin Morehill. I want to make my own machine, like proper machine. And you cycle it and then it goes speed and speed and speed, and then you go straight in the future. What you're going to be like me went to my future into my time machine. My job I want to do be a hairdresser. To get a job, get a house, get a mortgage, get children, that's what I want to do. This is me when I was 6 and swimming with a dolphin. Swimming with dolphins is really the best thing because I like going to different places. That's what I want to do in my life.
Hello, my name is Sam and I like playing on my Xbox and stuff. I like a lot of games on my Xbox like Halo, and what I would like to do in the future is probably become, I don't know, like a YouTuber or games designer or something probably. It holds me back a little bit because sometimes people like come around, like they give you more help, but sometimes having more help like doesn't like comfort me the best, I think. Just give me a bit of space most of the time, I'd say.
I'm Dominic, and I like listen to hip hop, and I'm doing like watching wrestling. Wrestling is a great sport. You like to watch WWE, TNA, that sort of thing. Well, I like hip hop because I like listen to Tupac, 50 Cent, Eminem, people all my favorite rappers are. Well, in the future I want to be a famous filmer and a wrestler and a hip hop artist, all three. I can find a time machine because I want to see my younger mum, my younger dad, and also I will visit Tupac.
I'm on KFC tonight.
Whoa! Hyrule Castle! Isabel. And I really like art and history and music. I just like most European history. Ever since I was like really young, I've always loved it.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
What's up?
Alright?
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody?
I finally made it. My name is David. I'm 21 years old. I like to make movies, script writing. I like watching TV shows and just enjoy life, really. I think social media has done a huge impact on the world. It has helped people like myself try and get something that's not available to them, like education and learning new stuff, really.
Busy, man.
Manchester, born and bred. What a debut!
I'm Oliver and I am a Manchester United fan. I like playing on my Xbox and going out with my mates. The teachers are rubbish. Like, they've been told loads and loads of times about me, but they still don't listen, half of them. There's only the odd one or two that do. Give me a bit of leeway when I shout out or stuff like that.
As well as documenting their aspirations and hopes for the future, the young people wanted to collect some advice and offer some of their own.
In your experience, what would you say to a young disabled person and how?
Yeah, that's a difficult question, isn't it? I think what I'd say to them, that, you know, try and, you know, don't be beaten. You know, there's always ways round and through things. You know, you know, life's what you make it, what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. So to me is to never say no and just have the determination to do what you want with your life. I think qualifications, backing up and having a bit of confidence in yourself as well, that's the hardest part, not to be shy and, you know, when you've had a bit of a sheltered upbringing, like.
Turn up, be strong, and if someone bullies you, definitely tell your parents.
I think there's more reasons to be hopeful now. I think there's lots more understanding. There's lots more going on. You've got places like Disabled Living here. You've got the interest in disabled people at sports venues like Old Trafford. Things are sort of picking up in a legal context as well. There's more legal background in terms of support and more rights for people with disabilities. And it just needs to keep moving in the same direction and things will improve.
We found out about our history
And look forward to our futures.
because we all have stories to tell.